We don't euthanize animals for space here. Our goal is to bring in these animals and set them up for success. Put them through our medical center, put them through our behavior department, identify their personality traits so we can identify the perfect adopter for them.
Founded in 1914, the Animal Rights Rescue League aimed to provide care and compassion for animals in the D.C. area. In October of 2006, WARL's approach to shelter and adopting services went through a drastic change under Executive Director Scott Lynn Hazley.
Traditional shelters, and they simply do not work. So I wanted to create an environment that did work. An environment that not only set the animal and the adopter up for success, but an environment that met the basic needs of animals in transition. An environment that promotes their well-being and recovery and that these compromised animals so desperately need.
Beginning his journey around the world 4 years ago, Scotland researched everywhere from other shelters to prison systems, finding that animals, much like humans, thrive on nurturing environments and social interaction. Realizing the importance of visual and physical stimulation, WARL revolutionized their practices and drastically renovated their facilities.
I found that, all these shelters, different philosophies, programs, policies, lots of differences. But the one common is that we house animals in cages, and cages don't work.
With a full-service animal hospital and shelter for animals, WARL prides itself on being a resource for less fortunate animals and pet owners in the community that need affordable and quality care. They do whatever necessary to avoid the euthanization of animals and get them adopted into loving homes.
So it's quite a process. When they first come in, they go through the hospital. They're vaccinated, they're microchipped, they're spayed and neutered, and of course they're treated for any medical injury or illness. In some cases that can cost the organization $4, and others it can cost the organization $4,000. We do whatever it takes to make these animals adoptable. But once they've left the hospital, they then go through the behavior department, where their needs are assessed. We can also identify, ultimately what we're identifying is what is the appropriate home for this animal. Because of this process and the measures that we go to find these animals permanent loving homes, our return rate is extremely low. In fact, it's 6 to 8% at any given time.
Looking to provide a comfortable environment for the dogs and cats, the days of isolated cages are far forgotten. Now, the shelter boasts an inviting atmosphere for animals and people alike.
And we've done that through the incorporation of water over top of the dog dens. The floors are heated with radiant heat. Heat rises, so it's obviously effective for the animals, but it's an effective way to heat your facility. The dog beds are Murphy beds with memory foam mattresses in them. They're set at a high enough level that the more timid dog can go underneath for a place of security. The water bowls are self-filling water bowls. They're tapped into the main water source. Again, we have translucent glass on the lower panels of the dog dens, so the dogs can't see the negative stimulation on the other side. Yet above them is clear glass, the running water, new age music to give them a positive environment. Each unit has its own air exchange. That's significant, that's huge. We've decreased the amount of airborne disease, the spread of airborne disease by 90%. The typical hospital room, the air exchange turns over every 10 minutes. These dog dens turn over every 7 minutes. Cat condos turn over every 4 minutes. In the cat condos, at the very least, we want to give them a separate litter box room with a privacy door. They have 2 perches for different vantage points. Their water bowl, food and water bowls have a holder so they don't end up getting flipped all over the place and dirty their cage. There are doors connecting to other cat condos that we as staff can open and allow cats to interact with one another. We have increased our capacity. We went from 100 dogs to 200 dogs, 100 cats to 200 cats. Our hospital was seeing 6,000 clients, now it's seeing 7,000 clients annually. We've increased our adoptions we've at least doubled our adoptions, close to triple our adoptions by the end of the year. The average length of stay for the animal has gone from 6 weeks to 2 weeks. It can't go any less than 2 weeks because when they come in, they go through a 10-day quarantine procedure.
Continually growing and reaching out to the community, WARL's mission is to remain a valuable resource as an educator about animal rights and as a defender of their lives.
To go 10 steps beyond and create an environment that met their basic needs. That's all we've done here. People come in and say, wow, this is a day spa, this is nicer than my house, blah, 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 blah. No. we've just met their basic needs. Again, we're in a room with 100 dogs and there's no barking. That's a success.